Today, we're discussing an LED headlight bulb swap in your car or truck. So Auxito reached out to me and offered to send some products for me to review.
These should be, I want to say they were like 20 or 24,000 lumens. I asked for the brightest LEDs that they had.
First, I actually asked for underglow and they said no, just LED bulbs. So the ones for my 2006 Tundra were H4s, and same for my friend Rob's 2008 Tacoma. Speaking of which, while we're at Van Lab with Rob, I wanted to get a quick update on the build.
The biggest update is I've taken out the electric lift mechanism. You sped up the video, I think, on YouTube.
I cut around it a little bit.
Yeah, and like made it look smoother, which is awesome. But like,
because the first few inches of travel were tough.
Were so awful.
Because the angle was too low, basically.
Exactly.
Right?
So like the mechanism was just pulling into itself, basically, instead of creating like leverage to push that roof up. And I'm going with a more simpler, reliable, just like gas piston type of roof lift.
So you just push it up?
Exactly, just push it up and pull it back down. Once it's finished, it'll only be about like 70 pounds of push and about 40 or 50 pounds of pull to like open and close the roof, basically. My bed sort of thing. So in here there's a couch that will does convert into a sleeping platform, and we'll just have cushions on it. So like, cool idea, definitely could do something in the future with it. A little on the complicated side and ended up not working. So
cool.
All that steel will be reused for a bumper.
I'll go over the install process in a moment on my truck, which ended up being a little more involved, but for now we're just going to hook Rob up with his new LEDs and call it a night.
Yeah, wow. That is actually pretty cool.
Rob is pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, like I...
Now this is on low beams now, yeah?
Exactly, yeah.
So you can see the existing halogen setup, much warmer light, and then the new bulbs on low.
After we got Rob set up with his new insanely bright LEDs, we called it a night because I had to sort out some compatibility issues with my lights. So I'm removing the headlights because it makes the install easier to film, but it's not necessary. First, the plastic and also the metal Phillips screw onto the top must be removed. Then remove the 10mm nut on the inside edge of the headlight. Then the turn signal light on the side can be removed. There is a retaining clip on the main headlight, so pulling straight or prying out will uninstall the turn signal light from that clip. Doing so reveals the second and final 10mm nut holding the headlight in place. Unscrew this and then unclip all the electrical connections. For the DRLs, it will help to use a flathead to depress the clip on the connection. To uninstall your halogen bulbs, first remove the dust cover, then unclip the retaining wire and remove the bulb. I'm holding on to mine for now as a backup. For the headlight bulb install, first orient the mounting plate with the indented side facing in, then clip the retaining wire back into place. Reinstall the dust cover. Ultimately, when installation is completed, the bulb should be positioned so that the LED module farthest forward is on top. With this in mind as your final orientation, the two pins on the bulb go through the indents on the mounting plate, then the bulb rotates to secure it in place. So I mentioned my install was more involved. That's because I wanted the LED headlights and new yellow fog lights also from Auxito, and they wouldn't work together at first. So ultimately all I needed to do was add this headlight load resistor that I ordered from Super Bright LEDs. And I put that in line in between the stock truck's connection and the Auxito bulb. And that made the fog lights work. So now I just need to figure out a mounting location for this guy somewhere here in the engine bay. It's a little warm, so I'm gonna try and pick a nice spot. So from there, all I had to do was use some of the sticky pads that actually came with the Auxito bulbs in order to mount this load resistor from Super Bright LEDs. Okay, so here's the mounting location for the load resistor. Right now it's just
on some stickies. The zip tie location that I saw had me a little closer than I wanted to be to what I believe must be a metal cooling line right here. So for now, I'm just gonna run it on the stickies, and I'm stoked that it's working.
Now that the LED headlights and LED fog lights are working together, I decided to try and restore the headlights a bit. So I picked up the mother's kit from O'Reilly's. It included the polish, mounting plate for the drill, a foam polishing head attachment, and sanding discs as well. I already had a can of clear coat from Rust-Oleum. Although I do think there is some pitting and damage that probably requires sanding to be perfected, I just went for the least aggressive method first, and I was pretty happy with the results from just the polish.
Creep into your presence now. Hey baby, can you tell I'm not a criminal? Your choice is seminal. I want you to stay true to what's right for you. No matter who or know what will others say. Just find your way and try to stay true.
And then I scuffed the surface with the 3000 grit pad from Mother's Kit to improve the adhesion of the clear coat next. In case you just stop watching here and go for it, I scuffed this way too aggressively. After reading the instructions, I shook the can for a full minute and applied one light coat. I can't say I was super happy with the results. I definitely scuffed the surface too aggressively with the 3000 grit. So on the second headlight, I applied much less pressure and the surface was still scuffed, but not as severely. Even so, the clear coat application was not as clear as I would like, or as uniform. Regardless, after the clear coat, I decided to abide by the 20-minute, quote, dry to the touch time, but I didn't know what else to do with myself, so I brought up my kitchen scale to weigh the old halogen bulbs versus the new LEDs. This came out to 25 grams for the old halogens versus 100 grams for the new LEDs. This is objectively not an important metric, but seeing the bulbs side by side, I was honestly a bit nostalgic. The performance on the LEDs is so much brighter, but the warmer temp with the halogens I think suits the look of the first gen Tundra better. And the halogen bulb itself looks more of the period. Maybe I'm a purist, but maybe some of you feel the same way. Aside from the LED headlights, the reason I wanted yellow fog lights is because white light with its shorter wavelength scatters more off of particulates like snow, dust, fog, etc., whereas yellow or amber with its longer wavelength penetrates more and makes for better visibility in severe weather conditions. That being said, it's still April here in Colorado when I'm making this, and all the Forest Service roads up into the mountains are pretty much closed or covered in snow. I'm really looking forward to the summer and fall when I'm camping and hunting a bunch again and I can test out these lights off-road. If you had a sports car and you liked to whip it at night, the extended range of these lights I think would increase your average speed because your confidence level would be higher and you could see farther, so there's that. Like I said, Auxito gave me a link with a 15% off discount, so check that out in the description if you decide to go this LED route for your rig. Thanks so much for watching. If you're enjoying these videos, I'd be curious to hear in the comments what you'd like to see more of. See you next time.